liberty, equality and fraternity, which motivated the French Revolution, were also the ideals of a movement called the Enlightenment. When those ideals eventually reached Ireland, they inspired the Irish people to question their own situation. It was not an army of poor people who started the Enlightenment movement, but rather a group of intellectuals and philosophers who set themselves the goal of reforming society through reason, not war. Many of the wealthy upper class despised the movement, as they considered it responsible for the revolution and the chaos that followed throughout Europe. The two sides of the story are well encapsulated in a war of words that took place between the Irish traditionalist Member of Parliament, Edmund Burke, and free-thinking British revolutionary Thomas Paine.
Sorry, narrator, we don't have time for your long-winded gibberish. Let's get straight to the point, so if you would please.
Excuse me, Mr. Burke, but I think our visitors have a right to know. You see, Mr. Burke here denounced the French Revolution in 1790 with his publication Reflections on the Revolution in France. And in response, Thomas Paine
Yes, that's me.
produced his renowned work called The Rights of Man in 1791.
And a fine piece of work that was too, I may add.
We can all brag about what we have written, Mr. Paine, but you cannot justify revolution, and you certainly cannot justify the execution of a king and queen.
Now, you know I never sought to justify their execution. It was an abomination. Revolution, however, is quite another matter. If a government, like that of France, is too corrupt to be cleansed by any other means, why then I'm all for revolution.
The proper way to reform is by the democratic process. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Paine?
Your democracy is controlled by a monarchy, a self-elected aristocracy, and the established church. 100% of the power held by 5% of the people. It is utterly unjust.
I believe the monarch and the church rule by divine right. I believe the parliament rules because those who own the country must have their say in its running.
And have not the ordinary people, like those watching right now, equal right to have their voices heard? Do they not own the country also? Don't you agree? Yes, you there in the front, don't you agree?
Your wretched ideas are responsible for discord and death in France.
If you had read my pamphlet, The Rights of Man...
Now I have read it, a feeble response to my very own reflections on the French Revolution.
You would say I pointed out there are two choices. Freedom from tyranny, or slavery to it.
My learned friend, you were once a corset maker. I'm afraid it has left its mark on you. Your mind is as narrow as a lady's waist.
And you, sir, have spent too long in the rarefied confines of Parliament that you cannot bear to get your hands dirty in the streets.
Dirty? Don't you mean bloody, Mr. Paine? I look at the streets of Paris, and I look at the prospect of armed revolution in Ireland, and I repeat, this is not the way, Mr. Paine.
The great debate rumbled on throughout Europe and Ireland. But let's move on and see what was happening right here in Wexford.
The arms are getting tired now.